And that looks like we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. First session of the afternoon of day two of WorksFest. I don't know if you know, but this is a relatively new thing for us. This 4 day kind of extravaganza. We started WorksFest a while ago, but it graduated to a 4 day event this year. So day two, we're still going strong. A few coffees in, have to make it through the morning. I will jump over onto some of our formalities. So, in the spirit of reconciliation, CloudWorks acknowledges the traditional custodians of the country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people today. So with that, welcome to WorksFest. Whether this is your first session or whether you've been with us, over the sessions this morning and certainly what kicked off yesterday, I'm glad you could join us for this session. My name's Ryan Dean. By way of introduction, I'm one of the client partners here at CloudWorks. I take care of our clients across RCG, manufacturing and travel. I've been part of the Salesforce ecosystem for a decade or more, 10 or 11 years now. Fun fact, I wasn't always a partner. I did start my life, or my Salesforce adventure, started my life a long time ago, but I started my Salesforce adventure as a customer. I took care of a large multi-cloud Salesforce stack. So, I've got a more insight than most into the priorities that you're balancing and, all of the spinning plates that your businesses rely on you to keep spinning. So there's a lot of sympathy and a lot of understanding for how you make these decisions and how you look at technology. Commerce is a particular passion of mine, both personally and professionally. I am absolutely doing my fair share for the economy in online purchases. Maybe more than my fair share if you talk to my wife. But with various teams, I've been lucky enough to implement probably more on-platform commerce storefronts than just about anyone else in the country. So that's me. I don't like talking about myself. You might be able to tell. But for those of you that are new to CloudWorks, um, I'll take just a minute to introduce us. So we transform how businesses use Salesforce by integrating it with cutting edge data analytics, AI, and technology. Our work extends beyond just implementation and boosting efficiency. We ensure the effective use of customer data and AI across organizations. And this is fast becoming, and in 2024, maybe more than ever, a really powerful catalyst for significant growth and innovation. We recently acquired Lightfold, the leading customer data company here in Australia. We're very proud of sort of looking ahead of the curve and having that team join our team earlier this year. And we take their expertise and our expertise in Salesforce. And I think that means that the CloudWorks business is now very uniquely equipped to help customers adapt to this change and ensure that they remain relevant and competitive within whatever industry they're serving. I think during WorksFest, you'll have a chance to hear directly from our customers who've seen these kinds of transformations firsthand. We're also offering educational sessions packed with, tons of info, but content, but actionable items, how-to tips that you can take away and tailor and personalize and deploy inside your own businesses. So, if this is your first session, don't let it be your only session. Make sure you check the rest of the WorksFest schedule out. Um, I suppose just a final word, because you're not really here to see me talk and do intros. You're here to get into the great content we've got with our panelists today. So, but just in terms of housekeeping, I'd encourage you to post any questions you've got about the session through the Q&A button in the bottom menu of your screens. You can remain anonymous if you prefer. You don't need to add your details or your company details. You can simply ask the question. We'd love for this session to be as interactive as possible. We've obviously obviously got some ideas about what you might like to hear, but certainly if you can tell us specifically, we've got a nice chunk of time at the end of the session to really make sure that we're speaking into the problems that you're interested, or we're speaking into the content that you're interested in hearing about. The other thing I'll draw your attention to is there's a resource button in the bottom, I think it's the bottom right-hand side of the menu. In there, you'll find a stack of content that we'll reference today in today's session. And I'm almost certain that one of our extraordinary marketing team are going to package up today's session and share it out as kind of an on-demand piece of content as well. So if you get some value out of it and you think someone in your organization would benefit from seeing it, you'll be able to share it. I think that's the bulk of the things that I was asked to tick off the list. So I might move on to today's session. So today's talk, it's shaping up to be something really special. As I mentioned, commerce is a passion of mine. So I'm very excited to introduce you all to Chris Spence. Chris is my friend and colleague at Salesforce. Just so you have a little bit of an understanding of who Chris is and why he's here. Chris is a distinguished leader in the realm of digital marketing and commerce solutions. Chris is the RVP for Commerce and Revenue Cloud here at Salesforce, based in Sydney. He spearheads initiatives that drive business growth and enhance customer experiences with a Chris, and I'm not aging you, Chris, but with a career spanning 25 years or more. Chris has been instrumental in forging impactful partnerships and implementing innovative strategies across various sectors, including retail, travel, financial services, to name a few. Chris is renowned for his ability to integrate technology with strategic vision, ensuring that businesses can effortlessly navigate the complexities of digital transformation. It's a hard business, we all know it. His extensive experience includes leading roles at Oracle and Adobe, where he consistently delivered exceptional results by leveraging data-driven approaches and customer-centric strategies, which is something that we will talk to you about today. Chris will moderate our panel discussion on unified commerce. His insights and expertise will provide valuable perspectives on how businesses can seamlessly unify their commerce strategies to achieve remarkable outcomes. Chris, welcome, audience. If you join me in welcoming Chris, I'll hand over and we'll get going.
Thanks, Ryan, and what an introduction. I don't think I read that part of today's brief, but thank you. You're very kind with some of those statements. And yes, I might have a couple of decades of work behind me. So thank you, and it's great to be here today. My first slide, which is always a favorite Salesforce slide, which is our safe harbor statement. So we're going to talk about some sort of future cool features and maybe some future capabilities. But I just want everyone on the line today just to a reminder that Salesforce is a publicly listed organization, and while we share those cool features, all purchasing decisions should be made based on the products available today. And I'm sure the Salesforce and CloudWorks team can help you walk through that. So just a formality from Salesforce. So excited to be here today, and we have got two awesome panelists joining me today. Pope Jameson from LW Reid. Hey, Pope, and welcome. And Arun from CloudWorks. So thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you spending some time today. We're going to be talking about how leveraging the Salesforce B2B and direct-to-consumer commerce platform being one platform, right, and how that can significantly enhance your digital storefront strategy. And that's exactly what LW Reid have done, and they've seen some dramatic results. So let's get started. Hope, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about LW Reid.
Thanks, Chris. I'm the Business Improvement Manager at LW Reid. My journey spans over a decade, beginning in customer service before transitioning into marketing. This extensive time has placed me in a unique position to deeply understand our customers and our business dynamics and how to effectively foster synergy within our organisation. At LW Reid, our mission is connection crafted through apparel, creating happy school communities, stress-free back-to-school experiences. With the customer at the forefront of every decision we make, we leverage data insights and cater to evolving preferences to maintain our position as Australia's leading school uniform provider. With a heritage dating back to 1835, the Napoleon era, we stand as one of Australia's oldest and most trusted companies, renowned for our commitment to quality and reliability. Through LW Reid, our wholesale channel, and Made for School, our D2C channel, we proudly serve a third of Australian schools, reinforcing our commitment to excellence in education nationwide. And to effectively manage such a scale, we heavily rely on a digital tool set, which will be the focus of our discussion today.
Thank you, Hope. Wow, that's some legacy to uphold, like back into 1835. So I must feel a little bit of pressure there in maintaining that customer centricity. Now, we've embarked on some ambitious B2B and direct-to-consumer projects. Can you share just some of the key drivers behind implementing that change? Like,
Yeah, so LW Reid providing school uniforms is incredibly product-centric. So we faced a significant constraint with our previous platform with the inability to update over 70,000 SKUs more than once a day from the ERP system. This limitation significantly impacted our ability to swiftly adapt to customer demands and market trends. As a company deeply committed to prioritizing our customers, we understood the critical importance of promptly addressing their needs. Therefore, we recognise the imperative of adopting a commerce platform capable of seamlessly managing that extensive product range in real time. The shift was essential to ensure that we maintain our unwavering commitment to customer-centric service and deliver exceptional experiences consistently.
So, wow, 70,000 SKUs. I think this talks to, and Ryan might touch on this later, is like this whole like back office, front office, how we're running our business out of the ERP. So, I know we're going to talk a little bit about that, but, how was your experience in implementing the Salesforce platform, right? Were there any like challenges that came up? How did you overcome them? Because I think that's what the audience are really looking for today. So those learnings.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to say there was deep challenges, but really it wasn't, because so much of the foundation in stories and creation with the CloudWorks team took away so many of those challenges that could have happened with any other partner. But central to our vision was the establishment of a really strong foundation, one that was anchored on the Salesforce platform. At LW Reid, we are very big Salesforce advocates. It's not just a tool, it's the heart of our business operation. With innovative solutions focused on strengthening relationships, Salesforce has really transformed how we engage with our customers and communities. It's revolutionizing our approach to connectivity. It not only keeps pace with our ambitions, but it's really propelling us forward, enabling us to reach new heights of excellence. And as we immersed ourselves further into our transformation journey, we confronted a number of challenges that demanded attention. The existing business rules presented constraints, especially with our B2B market. We have audience segmentation, and that was hindering and limiting which customers were able to access specific products. So to achieve this success, we embarked on a thorough review with CloudWorks on our customer experience from the very ground up. We examined every aspect of their journey, seeking opportunities to enhance and enrich their interactions with our brand. Our goal was not just to meet their expectations, but to really exceed them, delivering seamless, personalised experiences that left a lasting impact. Additionally, we sought to take advantage of all of the data that we'd accrued for our wholesale B2B market and to tap into the potential of the retail D2C market. By leveraging our existing resources and expertise, we really wanted to expand our reach and maximize our impact in both spheres.
Yes, I always think about that as like good preparation delivers peak performance, right? So it sounds like you have, that preparation and really thinking about breaking down those customer journeys and the critical step to transformation, and then looking at, okay, how do we integrate all of that data to improve the efficiencies and the experience? I might just bring you into the picture, Ryan. You've been quiet for a couple of minutes there. You spend most of your days in this space talking to customers. What are you seeing?
I think we're seeing a strong trend where businesses are prioritizing the integration of the B2B and the D2C systems to enhance efficiency, to create that elevated customer experience. Sort of in years gone by, those two products were really different offerings, and I think more and more we're seeing the B2B market wanting consumer grade experiences. No longer is it a black and green screen or a form on a page to capture an order and off you go. People want to shop, they want to understand the products, they want to understand more about the people they're dealing with. So I think many of our clients are facing similar challenges to what Hope Hope just articulated. Data synchronization, seamless user experiences across all channels. I think by leveraging Salesforce's platform, one of the few out there that allows you to run both channels in a single place, our customers are streamlining operations, they're providing real-time updates, delivering personalized interactions that meet those high expectations of today's consumer on both sides of the coin. This integrated approach, it boosts operational efficiency, it drives satisfaction, it's creating loyalty, and for a lot of our customers, it's what's setting them apart in the marketplace at the moment. And the data shows that 2024 it's a hot market out there. So these are the things that people are doing to differentiate.
I hope we've spoken about differentiating, LW Reid in the marketplace, and we'll probably talk a bit to your direct to consumer growth later in the webinar. But how was implementation from your experience? Like, what challenges did you face from like the organization inside out, right? And then how did you overcome them?
Yeah, as we discussed, a lot of it really was around that product data and the different customer segments. And so the focus was absolutely concentrating on harmonizing those. So this enabled us to achieve a seamless integration between our B2B and D2C channels, setting up our product information only once. It really streamlined the entire process significantly by enhancing the efficiency.
Right, so delivering that whole like consistency across the experience, regardless whether I'm a school buying at a B2B or an end user or a direct to consumer customer.
Absolutely right.
One place, beautiful. Arun, we didn't get to introduce you, and I don't have a 15-minute preamble for you. So maybe quickly introduce yourself, and then talk about like some of the implementation. If you delivered some incredible technologies and capabilities within the LW Reid environment, it'd be awesome to hear a little bit more about that, and how you created that seamless integration across the two channels, and then what benefits that brings.
Arun,
Yeah,
I don't think it's fair that you have to introduce yourself. So I will do it for you. So Arun is part of the CloudWorks family. He's one of our lead functional consultants. And essentially what that means is he works with the customer to understand all of the ins and outs of the business. We have a methodology where we prioritize people, we look at process, and then we look at systems or technology. But it's always people first. And Arun's at the forefront of that engagement. And what Arun wouldn't tell you is he's exceptional at it. One of the things he excels in is understanding a business, understanding what makes them tick, and spotting the gaps. When we're in there talking about processes and how things function, he doesn't just accept what is being told to him. He looks and goes, well, actually, how does that work? There must be a handoff point, or there must be a difference. So he's a highly sought after consultant in our space. He actually led the LW Reid engagement, which is why he's on the call today. And not for nothing, he's actually one of my favorite people.
Ryan, I would absolutely concur that I would say that Arun is now a better business expert of LW Reid than anyone in our building.
Thanks. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for that. And Ryan, that was a great intro, and I'm glad this session has been recorded. Okay, I'll move on to this question. Yeah, so basically, in terms of implementation, when we look at Salesforce Commerce Cloud, right, it offers a robust data model that simplifies managing product variations and customer segments. And here at LW Reid, we have a wide variety of products with different sets of product variations. For our implementation with LW Reid, we leverage this standard data model that Commerce Cloud offers to streamline the product definition, product visibility, and pricing. So we spend a lot of time in understanding how the product is laid, what are the different variations, and how the product visibility rules should be working for each of the different customer segments. Previously, before we implemented Commerce Cloud, every customer belonging to different customer segments were able to see all products when they logged into the portal, which was quite confusing for the customer, right? Especially for customers belonging to retail segments. But just by utilizing the standard data model, we were able to achieve the product visibility rules without having to write any extra additional logic. This was done by designing and defining the buyer groups and entitlement policies, features that Commerce Cloud offers out of the box, right? So it is quite easy. Spend some time at the beginning to understand the overall foundational bit, and that helped in setting up the product visibility rules that is scalable in the future as well, right? And additionally, linking price books to buyer groups allowed us to differentiate pricing seamlessly across different customer segments as well. This unified setup benefits both B2B and D2C, right? Providing a consistent and more efficient process for managing product visibility and pricing. Moreover, Commerce Cloud also comes with some built-in capabilities for the product listing page, product detail page, cart, checkout pages, which are like staple in any online portals, right? And including order processing logic as well. The built-in APIs that Commerce Cloud offers allows us to easily bring in pricing data from the standard data model without having to write any additional logic. So you can set up your pricing tiers properly so that based on the amount of quantities being added, the system automatically brings up those pricing. You don't have to write anything. So you can utilize the existing APIs that the system already provides. Right. Some other capabilities like promotions also allowed us to target off or offer targeted discounts to specific customer groups or products. And these added flexibilities, this added basically flexibility further enhanced our ability to personalize and optimize the shopping experience. That is the initial bit that I would definitely say that it's a strong data model and a lot of standard capabilities that Commerce Cloud offers to build a strong foundational portal.
So thanks everyone. The pricing model and driving that simplified pricing model visibility across the different customer segments must drive a certain amount of efficiency. So with integrating both the B2C and B2B and direct to consumer channels, can you talk to us a little bit about some of the efficiencies and then what that's doing to your customer experience?
Yeah, of course. So before we started this journey, it's important to point out that our customers were living in one end of our website and our internal staff were living in the other end. So by centralizing our data within Salesforce, we've achieved greater accuracy and reliability in our information. It's empowered our team with full visibility over what our customers now see, ensuring a seamless and consistent experience across all of our touch points. And prior to this implementation, we were already heavily invested in meeting our customers where they were, online, anytime, day or night. However, the change brought about a new level of clarity for our customers. They now have a comprehensive view of their account, the orders in process, and their custom product range, enhancing their overall satisfaction and confidence in our service. Many of our customers' orders require different processes depending on embellishment or custom production needs. And this change has brought clarity to our customers in tracing the original order through the various sub-orders that need to be executed and reported on. This streamlined process ensures transparency and accountability, further strengthening our customer relationships. Our site's product catalogue updates, you'll be glad to hear, have transitioned from once every 24 hours to instantaneous. So any change made to our Salesforce-based product catalog is now instantly reflected on our website, providing our customers with up-to-date information at all times. The enhanced order flow with orders ready for the warehouse staff each morning has driven operational efficiency, and its streamlined process ensures that our warehouse staff are prepared and equipped to fulfill orders promptly, enhancing overall efficiency and customer satisfaction. We've also streamlined our returns process, making it easier for customers to return products as needed. Previously, returns were managed manually through our D2C channel, and now leveraging our order data, customers can submit detailed return requests directly through our platform. And these requests are quickly converted into cases, allowing our team to process returns with speed and accuracy. This enhancement improves the customer experience and internal reporting capabilities while accelerating our turnaround times. It's currently available for our D2C channel and can be extended to our B2B channel with minimal effort, reinforcing our commitment to customer satisfaction. As a result of these enhancements, we've witnessed an 8% increase in customers pleased to service themselves directly online. It not only improves customer satisfaction, but also allows our team to focus on delivering personalised support really in the areas that it's needed most.
Yeah, and that 8%, increase in customers willing to service themselves online. I mean, that just talks to some of the benefits that you're receiving from the unified platform. Are there any other sort of return on investment measurements or benefits to the unified commerce strategy that you could share with us outside of that?
Yeah, sure. So the introduction of our direct-to-consumer channel has opened up opportunities with minimal effort. So it's resulted in a 5% revenue increase in an untapped area for us previously. This channel offers numerous benefits for our consumers. They now have access to our products 24/7. They're no longer relying on traditional uniform stores. And our platform is also now mobile friendly, providing convenience and accessibility anytime, anywhere. It's also important to recognize that in the B2B space, managing a uniform store is often a second job. It's even volunteer-based service for many of our customers. And this means that they're really time poor and seeking tools to resolve their queries efficiently. For us, the focus lies in enhancing customer digital engagement and providing self-service options for issue resolution. The impact of these efforts is clear. We've observed a significant decline of inbound calls as customers are now able to resolve their queries directly online at a time that suits them. Additionally, we've seen a 15% increase in self-service orders placed online, showcasing the growing preference for our digital platform. By leveraging our online platform and D2C channel, we're empowering our customers with convenience, accessibility, and self-service options, ensuring a seamless and satisfying experience.
Now, I'm sure I talk as a parent and talk to many of the audience today. I can appreciate that it's not always convenient to go and pick up your kid's school uniform at 10 o'clock, or there's that mad rush as you're, building up to the new school year. And then, I think to the volunteers today, I mean, they're volunteering between 10 and 3 to service us as parents. And if they're not volunteering, they're trying to work out how they help. And again, it's like, how do I disrupt my day to then go, okay, I need to go and place the school order. So having that available 24/7, is the consumer norm today and should be the B2B norm. So we should celebrate that. Now, a little shameless plug here. We recently partnered with Forrester on the total economic impact study for B2B commerce. And I'll share a few statistics with you. We're seeing a 289% increase on investment as far as a return on investment over 3 years for customers that adopt B2B and direct to consumer. And what's interesting as part of the report is we're seeing up to a 25% increase in annual spend for accounts that adopted self-service, making it easy for them to engage with your brands. From a margin perspective, we're seeing a margin increase of 5 to 6%. And maybe that's just less negotiation face-to-face, less haggling and less hustle in the sale. We're enabling customers just to go online and buy. And then Hope you spoke to this about the 50%, we're seeing a 50% reduction in order processing time. When we're sleeping and your customers are placing orders online, those orders are flowing straight through to the warehouse. So when the warehouse team rock up at 7 o'clock in the morning, then they're picking, packing, and shipping those orders before some of us maybe turning the service desk on or arriving at work. And then we've seen a significant saving from retiring legacy systems, whether that's modules within your ERP that you've been hacking together to support the business, or turning off systems. And so you can download that report from today's webinar or visit the Salesforce website. Ryan, anything to add on to that?
Chris, so I'm with you. Shameless self-plug. Sometimes I think people hear those stats, 289% return on investment, 25% increase in annual spend. I think they hear them and they go, yeah, it's one client in some faraway country, and not everyone is experiencing that benefit. Not everyone's getting that growth. But I think to be honest, those stats, they're impressive, but they resonate with what we see in the field. Our clients who are adopting unified commerce strategies are experiencing great ROI. They are reporting operational efficiencies. They are, hockey sticking customer satisfaction. It's real. It's not fanciful. The ability to offer 24/7 self-serve service and sales options really empowers the customer. People can shop and interact at moments that suit them and suit their schedule. Reduces the burden on internal staff. It leads to a noticeable increase in margins. The numbers you're talking about are real. I think the other benefit that you mentioned is really the integration of these systems is helping to retire, these outdated legacy, and if not retire them, at least move these key critical, agile, nimble operations out of them so the business can start to respond faster. So, use the ERP for what it's good at, and use customer engagement systems for what they're good at. Sync the data in between. The modern data stack allows that to happen, relatively easily now. It's not the behemoth that it used to be. So I think, what you're talking about and what's Hope saying, it's real. We see it in the marketplace all the time. And, making these changes, they're not increments, they really are leaps for businesses that are trying to stay competitive and be responsive to, an evolving customer.
Thanks, Ryan. And, absolutely. And, when we think about LW Reid and what they've achieved being a, data-driven organization, which is amazing, like Salesforce puts all of that data into one place and delivered that personal experience. When we think about the difference between a B2B and a B2C, we're really looking at, like, in a B2B environment, that's an account-based engagement. So a number of people engaged, right, and pointing and connecting with your organization. And you want to track all of those engagement efforts and treat them as one, regardless of the individual that's coming in from that school or that P&C community or that volunteer. Whereas, when we switch to a direct-to-consumer model, we're looking for a one-to-one engagement. So that's what have I been browsing, what brands have I been looking at, because that relates to my school, and I might be buying a single unit or 5 shirts. So that's a very much a D2C engagement. So thinking about, like, that data utilization and how businesses are leveraging a shared data element to drive personalized experiences without compromise of data and privacy. I just wanted to maybe, Ryan, get your point of view there and your thoughts around, data share elements and beyond.
Yeah, sure. So look, leveraging shared data elements, as many people on the call have highlighted, it's essential, it's crucial to driving that personalized customer experience. At the top of the call, I mentioned we made an acquisition earlier in the year. We acquired a business called Lightfold. Honestly, that team, if you ever get the chance to see JC or G in one of the upcoming sessions, have a look at the Workspace schedule. They're doing a bunch more over the next sort of 2.5 days. If you get a chance to do it, do it. That team has really opened my eyes and has really helped me see that data, and particularly your customer data, it is the center of the business. It isn't just functionality anymore. It encompasses all of what you know about your customers, who they are, what they've purchased, their interactions, how they're engaging. It's not just the core of the business. I suppose it is the business, and not to overstate it, but I think that's fast where we're heading. This unified data approach, it enhances personalization, it maintains high standards of data security and privacy, modern cloud architectures and Salesforce advances in the space. Data movements are instant, they're secure, and they're allowing businesses to update and share data without compromising privacy. I think, this balance of personalization and security is key to building trust and driving customer satisfaction in today's landscape. I think, it's not just about personalization. People need to know that you have systems and practices in place that are protecting their information, and you're using it to drive a better experience for them. You're not leaking it, you're not sharing it. It's not it's not leaving the confines of that relationship. I think that's super important.
Yeah, and you've nailed it there. Right? Trust is our, number one value at Salesforce, and we have to hold that trust between, ourselves, our partners, and our customers and the consumer. Arun, you talk to me a little bit about the platform elements and data.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in terms of shared data elements, right, and in Salesforce Commerce Cloud, both B2B and D2C channels, they share the same platform, right? And Ryan also mentioned about it previously. And also not only the same platform, but the data as well within the same org, right? That's quite powerful. Right? And what this means is that from a technical point of view, any component that we configure or build for one channel, that is, let's say for B2B, it's also such as the home page or the product listing page, product detail page, cart or checkout pages. The same components can be reusable for the other channels. So you do not have to reinvent the wheel. You do not have to build anything additional. You can use the same components if it's directly usable, or make some tweaks on the same component and use it for the other channel, right? So that's quite powerful in that way. Product data and pricing, again, as I just wanted to reiterate that you only need to set it up once, considering both B2B and D2C, making them accessible for both channels. The returns process that Hope highlighted on before, right, which was implemented for D2C channel at LW Reid, that's based on their business model. They only use it for their D2C channel. But in the future, if they want to enable it for B2B, we don't have to again reinvent the wheel. We have those components already built. We can just use the same components for B2B, and the data is already there, right? Data sits in the same org again, so it's very easy to shift and also enable the common components across the channels. This flexibility allows business to adopt and scale their processes quite efficiently. Uh, Additionally, having a unified platform also enables better point-in-time reporting, right? Which again was missing org across B2B and D2C, helps in point-in-time reporting on the product performance and also on the order value across channels, right? Support also becomes much more easier because all that data resides in a single system. So we do not have to move across around systems to actually find out data and fix the correct data. So that again helps from a support perspective. The overall leveraging shared data elements in Salesforce Commerce Cloud offers significant advantages, providing a seamless and efficient experience for business and their customers.
So thanks, Arun. So unified commerce, Hope going to bring you into the picture. That's our view. We think we've implemented this amazing machine. Like, how is this unified commerce influencing your business strategy? What insights have you got from it?
Well, we've absolutely gained deeper insights into our customers' shopping preferences, which is really allowing us to tailor our services more effectively. Based on the learnings, we've now created options like surfacing product reorder needs by simply sorting the range by last ordered, enabling customers to stay on top of their replenishment requirements effortlessly. We're also providing our team with real-time visibility into what the customer is seeing. It ensures seamless guidance through any support that they may require. And actually, the enhanced experience has fostered really great customer advocates. Recently, we had the pleasure of witnessing one such advocate in action during a customer visit. The customer, impressed by the user-friendly website, spontaneously demonstrated its ease to their school leadership team, highlighting features like the ability to view their logo online, as well as checking stock levels from real time from our warehouse with ease.
Yeah, and that's just critical for today's consumer engagement. That's amazing, and also amazing to get the advocacy upon not a random site visit, but somebody popping the site up and sharing that. Now, just thinking about the innovations and where Salesforce is at, and we're not stopping, right? So on our roadmap, we're delivering more AI features from Einstein, and that's going to be both delivering recommendations to shoppers and merchants. We're going to be enhancing our reporting with omni-channel analytics, so you can get deeper insights across the channels as you have them switched on today, and as you extend to future channels. And we're extending those promotion capabilities, of course, leveraging Einstein to do that. Now, I know we spoke about this the other day, but Forrester has released their Commerce Solutions Wave for B2B. And, for those familiar with the Forrester Wave, we have, ability to execute and strategy. And, another shameless plug. Thank you, Ryan, for putting today on. Salesforce has featured as the top organization with current offering, as well as the future strategy. So Hope we've certainly got your back today and into the future. So after my shameless plug, let's switch gears into a little bit of best practice. Ryan, you talk to us a little bit about like how clients like start this journey, or clients which are starting the journey and some which are well on their way. What best practice are you seeing, and what recommendations would you make to the audience today?
Yeah, sure. Look, so I think a few probably stand out. There's probably 20, but we don't have time for that. I think the first one, and you've heard it a few times today, unified data strategy. So I think ensure your data's clean, ensure it's centralized, ensure it's relevant and aligned across both channels. You don't want to be running separate data across both channels. A lot of your products, a lot of your a lot of your SKU information, sometimes even your pricing, these things can be shared from one channel to the other. So where possible, aggregate and work from one source provides the best foundation for personalization and enhancing customer experiences. I think the second thing that probably comes to mind is focus on incremental implementation. You don't have to go big bang. Hardly anyone goes big bang anymore. Roll out features in a phase. Roll out features in a phase to manage change effectively and to allow teams to adapt gradually, and for customers to adapt gradually. If your thing is a significant departure from your previous experience, it's going to take people a little while to come up the curve. And adoption, it's the key of all metrics. You've made an investment, you've built a thing, you need people to use it. That is the truest sign of whether the money was well spent. I think the third is probably leverage automation and AI to streamline processes and gain insights. And I suppose what I mean by that in a Salesforce landscape is things like AI-driven product recommendations. These can enhance upselling and cross-selling opportunities. Automated chatbots can provide immediate customer support, improving satisfaction, reducing response times, reducing workload on internal team members. These tools are available, they're pervasive now, they're part of the products that we're talking about. Leverage them. Just because you've never had them doesn't mean today's not the day. And then I think finally, I'd probably prioritize training and support for your team. A lot of people focus on the technology and they focus on the customer, and there's not enough focus given to the internal teams that support these customers and make these experiences or enhance these experiences. So make sure you're looking inward as well as outward.
Thanks, Ryan. And I can see just a couple of questions coming from the chat. So we're almost moving into question time. So please feel free to pop those questions in and we'll moderate them and ask them. But before we do go to questions, just to the panel, Arun, Hope, Ryan, what strategic steps do you recommend to clients looking to integrate both their B2B and their direct-to-consumer models or applying it when using Salesforce? Obviously, getting a great partner involved is one of them. Thank you, CloudWorks. But maybe we'll go over to you, Arun. Maybe no, we'll go straight to Hope.
Sure. My focus has really been on optimizing our journey, prioritizing efficiency over effort. It's about working smarter, not harder. I attended a really insightful talk at Salesforce a few months ago that emphasized the importance of empowering our customer service team to focus on providing exceptional service rather than being bogged down by ad hoc tasks. And that's now a philosophy that I apply to all of my endeavors.
No, interesting and so true. Arun, any final thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for any business planning to dive into commerce implementation, our recommendation is to design the solution with both B2B and D2C channels in mind, rather than keeping them in isolation, right? To take full advantage of the shared data elements, it's better to consider unified design, as similar to what Ryan mentioned earlier. This is quite critical because this approach allows for maximum reuse of what has been built and ensures that the solution suits both the channels and helps in keeping the cost low as well and avoid any rework in the future. And it also becomes scalable if you have a unified design right at the start. By adopting a unified design, again, the business can create a scalable and efficient commerce solution that leverages shared components and data, which provides a seamless experience across all customer touchpoints. So that would be the best, the advice I would give from a strategy point of view.
Yeah, I concur with that. And Ryan, why don't you round us up on this question?
I don't know how I landed last on this. I'm running out of good advice. What I would say is, look, leverage Salesforce's capabilities to personalize interactions based on customer segments. In terms of customer expectations, we are so far past this one size fits all kind of experience, and we now have the tools to be different. We now have the tools to meet the customer in that expectation. So let's use them. I think the other thing I would say, and Arun didn't, so this will be more on his side of the fence, but if you are developing custom components, if you find that you've hit the point of out of the box is not working for you, so if you're building something, don't think just for the channel that the problem has arisen in or the opportunity has arisen in. Look at the component you're building, see how it could apply to both sides of your business, and then build it with those things in mind from the beginning. This will lift the customer experience across the channels evenly. It will what's the word? It will the business will realize the value of building at once, testing at once, and minimizing the tech debt. It's a small thing, but it's a sensible win, and you'd be surprised even though the tool is capable of doing both, people still think of them very separately as very separate channels, and quite often there's different line managers looking after the different channels. So if you are customizing, bring the heads together and see if you can share the development, lift the experience equally, and then get the benefits of just developing and deploying once.
Yeah, and that removing future tech debt is so critical in everything that we do. So Hope, what's next for LW Reid? Where are we headed?
It never stops. So the next step for LW Reid involves delving deeper into customer personalization. So with the successful implementation of Service Cloud Voice in March and the utilization of omnichannel for accepting phone calls and chats, we've laid a really solid foundation, but I'm recognizing that there's still a lot of untapped potential with omnichannel that we can leverage to enhance our customer interactions further. And then moving forward, we're gearing up to embark on the journey of personalization. By harnessing the power of personalization, we aim to drive valuable engagement at the right moment and in the preferred manner of our audience. This strategic initiative will not only enrich the customer experience, but also amplify the effectiveness of our marketing cloud engagement through expanded real-time personalization capabilities.
Yeah, and that's all about, connecting those channels, right? So connecting your commerce and your service and your marketing, which probably talks to a couple of the questions which have come through the channel. So we might, flick to a couple of questions. So again, to the audience, thank you for posting your questions today. Please feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll get through as many as we can. So one question here, how has integrating the B2B and the direct-to-consumer channels impacted customer retention and repeat purchases? So Hope, I think you're on the mark on this one.
Sure thing. So we touched a little earlier about our B2B customers with the LW Reid landscape. They're largely volunteers. And so we're seeing a really big decline in schools being able to get those volunteers in their market. And so the schools now are coming to us saying, well, we can't get anybody. What can you do to help us that we still have parents wanting school uniforms, but we have no one to run the shop? And so by us leveraging D2C, we're able to shift really seamlessly from our B2B operation straight, instantly into a D2C shop front that we can sell to those parents directly and save the school any of that stress of having to, look at a new supplier or having to coordinate everything that's still left in the uniform shop. We can take it all back and instantly resell it straight from our warehouse where we're selling everything else.
Yeah, and I suppose that comes back to, does a school see, the uniform shop as a profit center? And in fact, they see it as a service to all the parents and caregivers of their students. So, being able to deliver that option and opportunity, is obviously reaping rewards, but is supported by the schools.
Absolutely. And so then for us, it's not just about retention for the school and our communities. It's really retention for us, that we're still managing to not lose that source of revenue. Instead, we're just moving it from the left to the right.
Because as I think about that, if the school has a partnership with LW Reid, and that's both a direct-to-consumer and a in-school purchase path, then the opportunity for that school to switch suppliers is then limited, because you've got that stickiness with, might be 10, it might be 20, it might be 50% of their parents, which are going through the school life. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the most exciting thing about Gen AI evolution that's keeping the market in the market, sorry, and how LW Reid can benefit from that? If you've got some immediate thoughts, Hope, but I'm also happy to sort of chip in on those sorts of things.
Oh, I feel like it keeps me up at night thinking of all the things that I should be doing with AI that we're not already. A lot of what I've talked about is really CX, and I think that's really where my passion is with LW Reid, and thinking about our customer experiences. And I'm constantly seeing tools that we can be working with in the AI space. Everything from like visual merchandising on the website for D2C, chat bots, and even our email responses, all of that, taking away ad hoc work again and just putting it straight into letting our customer service people being the superstars that they are, and really creating curated, personalized experiences with our customers instead of getting stuck in all of the messiness that happens in the day-to-day.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about like this generative AI. You've got people coming through the service desk. They're asking questions through your chatbots in natural language, whether that's where is my order, and we recognize the individual, we recognize and understand the orders, and we're responding through generative chat and natural languages to those questions. But also, as your service desk team are supporting schools, those next best offers and those next best actions and those suggestions are also pulling through. So it's an exciting time ahead, and we're certainly going to be excited to start connecting some of those channels.
You're absolutely right. That I was going to say, with next best actions, I think about that constantly, because it's one of our next steps as well in our journey. And I love the idea of taking time away from endless training that you have to do. 70,000 SKUs, that's a lot of products for someone to have to learn overnight. And when we can bring things like next best action straight to a new person, it just creates such a better experience for them. It takes away the stress of being a newbie and having to instantly know everything overnight, but still give them the confidence to support our customers.
Yeah, we do think at Salesforce, we think about how do we make those service agents' life better, right? Because no one likes coming to work and answering mundane questions for 6 to 8 hours. Okay, here's a good one. What's the secret to a good partnership in the Salesforce land? Both a partner and a customer question there. So let's give Hope a minute to breathe.
Plant, right?
And then Ryan,
that's not a real question. Look, I think the question's for Hope, but I'm happy to give you my thoughts.
Okay, Hope, kick straight in. You're back.
Well, I must say, shared outlooks is a really great start. I feel with CloudWorks in particular, we really are aligned in our fun, and it's the work hard but play hard mentality that's really brought us together. But then when it comes to the actual project itself, everyone saw me lots of times, all the possibility, but we could do this, we could do that. And having a partner that constantly has in the back of their mind, what are we really trying to achieve? What is the end goal? And always aligning us to that. It keeps things running on time. It keeps you consistent with what your mission is from every aspect of the project. And that's something I've completely valued and now take into everything that I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And from a Salesforce perspective, it's really about that perfect triangle, right? The customer, the partner, and Salesforce all being held to account for the outcome. And we appreciate your partnership, Hope. Arun, one's coming through for this, talking about seamless integrations of B2B and D2C on Salesforce Commerce Cloud. Can you share more about the technical challenges faced during the integration?
Yeah, absolutely. So one technical challenge that I can think about is that, it was about managing user identities, right, across the two channels, because considering uniform shops at schools and also having the D2C channel, there are scenarios wherein the same customer could act in different roles. For example, a uniform shop manager could log in into a B2B portal to place orders on behalf of the school, and the same person could act as a parent and log into D2C portal to order uniforms for their own children, right? So it's basically the same individual but acting as two different roles, and logging in the two different portals, having two different personas basically, right? So these roles require the same person to register with the same email address in both the portals. However, since B2B and D2C portals are distinct, we needed a way to differentiate these roles as well. So to achieve this, we had to apply some smarts in order to suffix the username with specific codes for identification purpose, ensuring that each role has a different unique profile. And this also meant that a single person would have a separate login in the system, each with a different username, with the same email address. So our goal was to allow users to log in using their email address seamlessly, right? They did not have to remember what the username was. They could use a common email address to log into either of the portals. And then based on the smart logic that we had applied, we could identify the correct user profile based on where they're logging in from, right? So this solution ensured a seamless interaction with the customer. They did not have to, know that they're logging into a B2B portal or a D2C portal and logins and, remember the login credentials. They could log in using the single email address in both the systems, and the system takes care at the background, with respect to which profile to pick up. So that was something that we initially faced, and which we were able to resolve.
Cool. You lost me a little bit there on the technical stuff, but I'm sure that the audience and the person who answered that question, no doubt, gained some clarity there. So thank you, Arun, for sharing. Okay, we are just on time. 3 minutes to go. Ryan, would you like to wrap us up for today?
Yeah, I would. I'd love to. Thank you so much. Hope I learned a lot. I obviously wasn't part of your story, but I know Cloudworks is so grateful to have been part of your story, and to hear how you're leveraging the platform, and to hear how it's genuinely solving problems for you, and how you've already got a list of things that you want to do next. It's great to know that you're not stopping here. It's really inspired the business to pick up and keep going and keep pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. So thrilled to hear that. Thank you so much for joining. Chris, thank you. I think if the Salesforce gig doesn't work out, panel moderation, I think there could be a
Not sure about that, but do my
career.
best.
There could be a career there for you. And Arun, as I said, one of my favorite people. And as you just heard, not only functionally competent, but technically competent, and why he's such a valued and prized member of all of our engagements. And then, last to the audience, thank you for spending an hour with us. I know you could have spent an hour any way you chose, probably at lunch, considering the time of the session. So we're grateful that you chose to join us. One of our fabulous team has just popped up the QR code. If you jump on and scan now, we'll leave it there for a second. That will give you a registration for a little party that we're having proper English, that we're having on Thursday evening. It will be at Salesforce Tower. If you're in Sydney, the view up there is fabulous. Food, drinks. There'll be a band. We're going to have a great time, and at WorksFest, if it didn't come through, it's got some Coachella vibes. This party will probably be the best representation of that. So if you're in town and you want to have some fun, swing on by. We'd love to see you. Otherwise, thank you again. I appreciate your time, and we'll wrap up on time, because that's what we do here at Cloudworks.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Hope. Thanks, Arun. Thanks all.
Thank you, everyone.
See you guys.